Okay, off the day, everyone. This Guam Workforce Development Board General Membership Meeting is now called to order. Today is June 26, 2025, and the time is 4:10 p.m. In accordance with open government law, notices for this meeting have been disseminated via the public notices website, emailed to all board members, media, and broadcasting outlets, with the first notice posted on June 20th and the second on June 24th, 2025. I'll now do the roll call. The Honorable Tello Tidegui, say here, present. Gerald Johnson here.
Today, present.
Okay. I'm present, Gerald Johnson. Cora Gajado.
Today, I'm here, present.
Gino Rojas. Here. Ashley Ajuju. Jay Dewan. Wayne Bigler.
Present.
Present. Selena Ashland. Donna Munia Kanata.
Half a day, I'm present via Zoom here at my office, Guamato Spot in East Agana.
Thank you. Desiree Lizama. Mary Rhodes. David Delisola.
Present.
Julie Ujoa He.
Present. Sorry, there's something wrong with my camera, but I'm present.
Okay. Joseph Cameron.
This is Joseph Cameron, present.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. Patrice Farah. Peter Barcinas.
Present.
Joe Sanchez.
Present.
Can you say that for the record?
It's Francine Tidegui that's here for Desiree Lizama.
Okay,
That's for GCA.
okay. Francine Tidegui, are you here? Online?
Oh, Francine Tidegui. Okay. And then for Patrice Hara, the one that's here today is Alyssa.
Oh, thank you.
If we can just note that for the record.
Can you just say your name?
Alyssa Ankenko.
Thank you. And we have a quorum?
We have a quorum.
We have 11 individuals, and of those, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the private sector. That fulfills the 25% of all attendees that need to be here for quorum. So we reach quorum.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to note that Francine messaged that she's having bad internet connectivity. That's why she had to leave.
Okay, she's gonna try back or?
She would try to.
Okay.
She was here.
Back on.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we already acknowledge Mr. Joe Sanchez?
Yes,
Did he?
yes. Okay. Director Delasola, you are recognized.
Mr. Chair, I would like to make a motion to excuse those members not present.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Wayne, second. Do I hear any objections? If not, the motion passes. Now we'll go to the committee updates. The next order of business, we will have updates from our committees. As the chair for the executive committee, I would like to call on Mr. Peter Barcinas as chair of the Planning and Coordinating Committee.
Mr. Chair and members of the board, I'd like to present the Planning Committee report. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge the members of the committee, their attendance in all our sponsored meetings. A lot of that has led to some of the action items that the board will be considering today. In line with that, there are 4 resolutions that will be entertained by the board, and this is part of just the continual monitoring of all the requirements of USDOL, federal program requirements. A lot of that is to align our policies and procedures that guide how programming and funding support are supported. So again, that involves a lot of discussion and follow-up discussion. So we're very pleased with the commitment of the members, and you see in some of the resolutions that are being presented for consideration by the board this afternoon. Part of the discussion also will include, not as an action item, but a presentation of the intention of the board to update its bylaws. The existing bylaws was established in 1999. It's just over 25 plus years. And again, this is part of being modernizing our policies and procedures to really align with the new requirements of all our service programs. So acknowledging the staff work, in our last meeting with the planning committee, we asked the technical staff to put a side by side of what was the old bylaw and what's the new bylaw and how it aligns to new provisions. The intent of the bylaws also should also be a living document where we allow amendments as needed. And I think in past board meetings, if you recall, for some of the members that have been with the board, we allowed procedures to have call-in telephone conference if they're not able to make the meeting. Those are an indication of the commitment of maintaining that communication. And we were just talking before the meeting to include a provision where we're now using technology as part of an allowed process to continue the business of meetings. So with that, Mr. Chairman and board members, we have before the board the presentation of past committee, standing committee minutes for adoption into the record. I know that the committee minutes in its distribution was only submitted to the committee members. I think that was an oversight on our part in terms of transparency to allow all board members to also have privy. But I think this is the intent of the committee minutes, is to maintain the discussion record and show how we derive some of the recommendations that's before the board today. So with that, Mr. Chair, the planning committee minutes was distributed following the April 8th meeting on May 30th to only the committee members of the standing committee. So we can make that available to the members subject to any amendments or questions regarding the preservation of the meeting discussions.
I'd like to go ahead and make a motion for the approval of the April 8, 2025 Planning Committee minutes disseminated May 30th, 2025. This is Joseph Cameron.
Okay, Joe's made a motion to approve the minutes. Do I have a second for the motion? Do I hear any objections? Seeing and hearing no one, the motion passes. Please continue, Mr. Barcenas.
I think we move on to the finance committee.
You have a script?
I think you want to a representative from the finance and technology monitoring committee member.
Okay.
Give a short presentation.
At this time, Mr. Chair, I'm Helen Maples from the Guam Department of Labor. At this time, Mr. Chair, there is no active members from the board on the finance committee. However, I believe the partners, the core partners of the American Job Center and the state plan our consolidated state plan have been meeting regularly, and we'll be discussing the infrastructure funding agreement. So that is scheduled to, our meeting is scheduled for July 7th. I sent out the invites and hope to get the partners in on July 7th.
Okay, thank you, Helen. Skipping over this. Just go right on. Yeah,
It's new business.
okay. I'll turn it over to Director De La Sola, who will just. Sorry. Okay, our new business. We will now move on to new business to review draft resolutions and the board bylaws. Mr. Barcenas, you're recognized again.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair. We have 4 resolutions. The first resolution involves a approval of the new American Job Center policies for the Guam workforce system. I think this is again in line with modernizing and updating as appropriate new requirements and being compliant to federal regulations. In the resolution, it acknowledges the different sections on how the AJC operations and procedures are to be guided, what it includes, what it does not include. So these are very specific to each of the guidelines that ensures, or at least at best ensures, that operation can continue without any major disruption. And it provides the guidance on how, if there should be an issue, on how those issues should be addressed. So that resolution is the first resolution that will be considered by the board for approval. The second resolution.
Should we vote on the first one?
Can we do it as a group? or do you wanna
I'll
do it-
go ahead and make a motion if it's appropriate to accept the draft resolution 2024-004.
Do I have a second? Thank you. Second. If there's no objection, seeing no one and hearing none, motion passes to approve resolutions 2024-004.
Okay, thank you. The second resolution involves the approval of the eligible training provider. In the past meetings of the planning standing committee, the Western Pacific Maritime Academy application was presented to the committee for review and consideration. Now we are at the stage of recommending the adoption and approval of the application before the board for official record keeping as a ETPL. And the applicant is the Western Pacific Maritime Academy, Inc.
Is there a motion?
Yes, this is Joseph Cameron on draft resolution 2024-005. I would like to make a motion to approve.
A second, yeah, thank you. Hearing, are there any objections? No. Seeing and hearing none, motion passes to approve resolution 2024-005.
So the third resolution is the memorandum of understanding of the one-stop core partners. And again, this is straightforward in terms of updating the listing and ensuring that the one-stop delivery system remains a viable program element in our workforce development system that is guided by the board. Again, this is something that the governor had signed the MOU March 10th, 2025. That's a major policy support from the governor as our chair for the workforce board.
Mr. Chair, I as a core member to the combined state plan and for our functions of bulk rehab under DISIT, I would make a motion to accept draft resolution 2024-006.
Second? Are there any objections? Okay, hearing no objections, the motion passes to approve resolution 2024-006.
The final resolution before the board is the approval of the eligible training provider list. And in this listing, 1, 2, 3. There are 10 ETPL service providers that make up our training system that is, guided and monitored by the board. I can read for the record the list.
Okay. Very good.
The Asmuja Community School, the Guam Marianas Training Center, the GCA Guam Contractors Association Trades Academy, IV Educational Services, Guam International Training Center, New Horizon Guam, the Guam Community College, the University of Guam, and the Western Pacific Maritime Academy.
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion. This is unit, it's called the Guam Business Engagement Unit. Would like to proudly make this motion to approve resolution number 2024-007.
Do I have a second? Second. Good. Okay, are there any objections? Seeing and hearing none, motion passes to approve resolutions 2024-007. Okay, for the next order of business on new business is the introduction of the draft updated bylaws of the Guam Workforce Development Board. Mr. Barcinas, you're recognized again.
As stated in the introduction remarks, Mr. Chair, this is a work in progress, the updating of the bylaws. So there will be continual sessions to allow sections to be updated. It is being presented to the board as a presentation that once the bylaws are finalized, we can move to an action item.
Okay. Thank you. Is there any open discussion on the bylaws?
What are we looking in terms of like timeline?
As soon as
I mean,
possible.
on the spot, but
I think we can have some leniency on the 26-year wait period. But I think because we are getting back on track on business, I think we can probably by the next quarter or earlier. If we need to have a special meeting, we can convene one to just one specific item. This is an important update because the compliance to federal employment training policies and procedures are now under a very watchful eye, and it covers all grounds. So we want to also have the right time to add on what's missing, do a gap analysis on some of the provisions, because a lot of our training programs is aligned to technology. And I think we need provisions just like having board members present. We're allowing Zoom sessions. I think we have to be very mindful of what is in the horizon and how we address those issues in terms of board governance and program support.
Additionally, Mr. Chair, I would like to comment that the board makeup, especially on our bylaws, has been different. There's an increase on business participation as well. And as we've had these meetings for the past several weeks and months, we're very cognizant of the fact that there are needs to be changed. And it's under the able leadership of Mr. Barcinas. Thank you, Mr. Barcinas.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you. Okay. Helen, do you have any more to say about the IFA?
No,
You've
just that.
already done that.
The July 7th
Okay.
meeting.
Well, thank you for that. I'll turn it over to the director. We discussed the recently held Guam Registered Apprenticeship Forum and other matters.
All right.
Director Johnson.
thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd like to provide what we've been doing for the last several months. Coming up, finally, we are closing out the emergency grants for PUA and for DUA. And that will be a big load off our hands. And that's something we've been doing for several years now. So those are looking to close at the end of this month. And we can move on from those dates. So I think PUA and DUA went very successfully. I think that was probably my biggest achievement in my whole career, giving out nearly $1 billion. And I just want to congratulate our team for a job well done and getting the money out. We also closing out the dislocated worker grant, which is attached to the DUAs. And we have the WIOA grants all set to expire at the end of this month also. We're kind of waiting to see what's going to be happening. And I'll get into that in a second. But I hope you're all aware that on April 29th, we had a very successful registered apprenticeship forum, where we had over 100 companies register and 150 in attendance. And we talked about not only registered apprenticeship, but the GRAP program. What made this forum so exceptional was that it wasn't us giving out the information, it was all GRAP members that sat down and gave it to their peers, their success stories, their challenges, and why it's helped them out so importantly. Today, I just had a meeting. I was part of the Society of American Military Engineers, and I presented to that a group of people, the GRAP program, and got another lot of interest in the businesses. So that has been very successful, and will continue to push out GRAP in the challenge economic times and the challenges of getting employees. That this is a program that I feel is very important to our needs. And then the segue to our final thing is that the impact of the new administration, President Trump's proposed 2026 cuts. We know that Job Corps, which I'm very sad, has been cut. So our Hawaii Job Corps, which was one of the best Job Corps and rated number 1, 2, or throughout all its history, is closing the end of this month. And I'm sad to say that. And the other one that is our senior citizen program may be also either cut or absorbed, or we're still kind of waiting to see what happens from the budget hearings. That, other than that, most of our other programs seem to be funded and seem to be going. So we're not going to be hit as hard with the new budget that's coming up. So that's good news. So we'll wait and see what happens with the new budget, and so probably in our next meeting I'll be able to give you a little bit more information. And that's about it. Thank you.
Mr. Director, this is Joseph Cameron. I just wanted to also give you a heads up that on the combined state plan, we are, as a partner, the DISIT Division of Voc Rehab has already gotten its message that it will have no cuts. It will not suffer any cuts. As a matter of fact, it will have an increase. And that there's a second part, and that the attempt to shut down USDOE will likely move VR under Health and Human Services, but yet the Council of the State Administrators of Voc Rehab Administrators nationwide has made a pitch that it would rather be under U.S. Department of Labor. Since we are a labor-driven agency and that we're not health-related, we're strictly Department of Labor. And even locally in Guam, we wouldn't mind at all to be under the Department of Labor as a division of VR. It would make a lot of sense. One of the things that I wanted to also share with you, Mr. Director, is that this last event that was so successful, please put in place setting for me to also be a co-sponsor on next year, or even later on this year on any activities. I will be more than happy to co-sponsor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I will put that in my back pocket, call you up next one for our next one.
He's on record.
Yes.
Thank you.
Dr. Julie, do you have anything to?
Yes, for for the adult education, the one big beautiful bill, the House version was not, eliminated the adult education. So right now it's in the Senate, and we hope that they can make changes, but it's still uncertain. We haven't heard yet. So what are the implications of this is that we will not be serving a lot of the adult learners to get their diploma or GED if we stop this. And yes, we do have some local funds, but it's not enough to provide the service that we are currently using. Our bill, our budget is usually about 500,000 a year.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other matters to discuss?
Mr. Chair, just one item that I know for us present in the meeting room, we had to walk up 3 flights of stairs. I'm just curious, Dave, how has this impacted the AJC in terms of, accessing the
Well,
office?
that's a good question. We are, the AJC's on the 3rd floor, which we're on now, which, people are still coming up. But if there's any challenges, they do call in, and we do have a meeting room on the 1st floor over by the annex. And there's a meeting room there, and we do have offices there. So we are not only the AJC, but any of our divisions, if anybody needs to meet, we can meet with them down over there. And it's on the ground floor.
Yeah.
So we are proceeding ahead at looking at a possible putting out a bid for what's out there for a possible move, and waiting to see what happens here. So we're not putting our eggs in one basket. We're just moving forward and seeing what comes up first. That once it's released, then believe me, it's a challenge, but we're doing the best that we can. I appreciate the question.
And it's in line with Wayne's comment on timelines. It's when we do programming, the new program year is coming up, and we have to really plan for these slippages on,
Yes.
where we continue to push programming. And I think this is such a core location. Everyone knows that labor is here for the longest time, and I think it's just sad that the facility has not kept up with the requirements of its tenants. And
Couldn't have said it better, because when I finally moved to AJC from the bell tower, and we're finally all under one roof. The 20 years that I've been working on and off with labor, we're all under one roof, and now we might have to be moving again and looking to see if we can still maintain that kind of that all being under one roof. I don't know yet, so we'll know more. This is a work in progress, and maybe by the next meeting I'll have a little bit more to update. But thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Can you all fit an LBJ?
LBJ.
It's there.
Well, everything is in the pot. Nothing is not being looked at. So we'll see what happens. We'll see if he's able to fix anything. Of course, the best solution is not to move, but it's already been 8 months. And, yeah, I'm getting tired of going up the 8th floor,
Got your steps in.
especially now I'm challenged, so. Okay, thanks.
Any other discussions? Okay, is there any public out there that wants to make any comments? The floor is open to the public. Seeing there are no public comments, we've exhausted our agenda items. Mr. De La Soto, you are recognized again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I would like to make a motion for adjournment, subject to the call of yourself.
Do
I'd
I have
like
a
to second, or second it.
second?
Thank you, Joe.
Do I have any objections? Okay, seeing and hearing none, the motion passes. This Guam Workforce Development Board meeting general membership meeting has adjourned. The time is 4:40.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
By the way, just so that we can we make sure that Senator Tello Taidui receives emails on the draft resolutions that we did for 4, 5, 6, 7, and also the bylaws?
She's included, I think.
Oh, she just asked me where she could find it. Sorry about that.
No worries. Thank you so much, Joseph. Yeah, I was gonna try and
Sure,
chime in on
Senator.
that.
I
But,
thought you were included.
I'm sorry?
I said, I thought you should be included, but if not, we'll make sure that you get everything.
Right, is the resolutions posted on something first before they're voted on, or is it something that's just given to the committee? And then everyone looks at it before voting on it? Is that how it rolls, or? This is my first time, you guys, in the this meeting, and I'm just acclimating myself with this committee.
I think it was all emailed out
Yes.
to all the board members and to everybody for their review. And if there was any revisions or changes or anything, and then now that it's voted on, then it will be posted out for public.
Hi, Janella. Hi, yeah, I appreciate it if to be included onto the email because I didn't get any copies of it. So Joe Sanchez.